Yeah, coming to the next one, right? So charging by induction. So if you see here, charging by induction is a next method. So coming to the charging by induction. So charging by touching లో ఏం చేస్తాం, ఒక చార్జ్డ్ బాడీని తీసుకొచ్చి అన్చార్జ్డ్ బాడీ టచ్ చేసినప్పుడు ఆ అన్చార్జ్డ్ బాడీలోంచి ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ అనేవి చార్జ్డ్ బాడీలోకి ఎంటర్ అయినాయి. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇఫ్ యూ బ్రింగ్ పాజిటివ్లీ చార్జ్డ్ బాడీ, దెన్ వాట్ హ్యాపెన్స్, positive electrons will transfer into the positive charged body. If you bring negatively charged body, now let us see, for example, if the glass rod is negatively charged, that means it has some negative charge on it, right? And it is a metal sphere, right? It is a metal sphere. Now when you bring this close to the metal sphere and touch it to the metal sphere, then these electrons will enter into the metal sphere, right? These electrons will transfer to the metal sphere. Now the metal sphere also become negatively charged, right? This is the in the case of negatively charged, right? So that means in the charging by the touching method, ఏ టైప్ ఆఫ్ ఛార్జ్ని తీసుకొస్తే అనదర్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ సిమిలర్ ఛార్జ్ని అక్వైర్ చేసుకుంటుంది. పాజిటివ్ ఛార్జ్ తీసుకొస్తే పాజిటివ్ ఛార్జ్ అక్వైర్ చేసుకుంటుంది, నెగిటివ్ ఛార్జ్ తీసుకొస్తే నెగిటివ్ ఛార్జ్ని అక్వైర్ చేసుకుంటుంది, రైట్? సో దిస్ ఇస్ అబౌట్ ద ఛార్జింగ్ బై టచింగ్. ప్లస్ కమింగ్ టు ద ఛార్జింగ్ బై ఇండక్షన్ మెథడ్. సో కమింగ్ టు ద ఛార్జింగ్ బై ఇండక్షన్ మెథడ్, ఈ మెథడ్లో మనం ఏం చేస్తామంటే విల్ టేక్ పాజిటివ్లీ ఛార్జ్డ్ బాడీ and we have two spheres called A and B, right? When you make it when you take it close to the sphere A, then this positive charge will be attracted by the negative charge, right? So ఏం చేస్తుంది, ఈ పాజిటివ్ ఛార్జ్ ఈ స్పియర్ లో ఉన్న ఈ స్పియర్స్ లో ఉన్న నెగిటివ్ ఛార్జ్ ని అట్రాక్ట్ చేస్తుంది. సో దట్ బికాస్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ అట్రాక్షన్ ఫోర్స్ బిట్వీన్ ద చార్జెస్, all the negative charges will accumulate to one side, and obviously this positive charge will be repulsed by the positive charge in these spheres, right? Because of this, all the positive charge will move away from the this positive charge. Because of that, negative charge will be accumulated very close to the glass rod, and negative charge will be accumulated away from the glass rod, right? So now what we will be doing is, after this accumulation, separate the spheres A and B. Now what happened, the sphere A became positively charged and the sphere B became negatively charged, right? This is one of the method, uh, charging by touching, charging by induction. Clear? We don't touch the charged body here, just we bring it very close, such a way that there will be attraction and repulsive forces between the similar particles and unlike charges, right? Because of that they became a charge, right? This is the one of the method. And next, if you became if you bring a negatively charged body instead of positively charged body, if you bring negatively charged body, then what happens, positive charges will become this side and negative charges will become this side, right? So next, coming to the, we are not making the touch, right? So now let me explain here. For example, this is the glass rod, this is not a glass rod, some other particle, this is some other object, it has some negatively charge. Sorry, and let me draw properly. Yeah, let me take, this is the negatively charged body. So when I bring this negatively charged body close to the sphere A and sphere B, and sphere A, the all the positive charges comes close to the negative charge, because unlike charges will repel each other. Whereas coming to the side, sphere B, negative charges comes close to the side of B, and E negative charges and E negative charges both will repel each other, and they try to maintain the maximum distance, and whereas coming to the unlike charges come to close each other. And after this, if you separate them, what happens, it will become, this sphere will become positively charged body, and this sphere will become negatively charged body. This is the charging by induction method without touching, right? So whereas fourth one, charging by earthing in the sense, in this method will take only a single sphere, a single sphere will take and will bring a positively charged body closest to the metal sphere, right? And we don't make it touch. We include in this induction method also. Okay, we don't make it touch, just will bring close to the metal sphere. Then what happens? This a positive charge will be attracted by the negative charge, right? Then the entire negative charge in the sphere comes one side, and entire positive charge in the sphere moves away from the this positive charge, because charges will repel each other, right? So now what we will be do is, after this separation, we will give earthing. A wire will be connected to the earth. Then what happens? If you give the earthing, then electrons from the earth will enter into the sphere, because this positive charge will be attracted by the electrons, right? So the electrons will enter into the sphere. Now after giving the earth, just you remove the earthing wire, right? Earthing wire removes a state, then the entire object will be spreaded by the negatively charged particles, because we did not make it touch, right? So excess of electrons entered into the sphere. Now what happened? After removing this positively charged body away, then entire negative charge will spread over the sphere, right? So before removing the glass rod, we must disconnect it from the earth. Yeah, do remember. ఈ రెండింటిని సెపరేట్ చేసే ముందు మనం ఏం చేయాలంటే ఈ ఎర్తింగ్ వైర్ని డిస్కనెక్ట్ చేయాలి. Then what happens? All the negative charge will be stored on this sphere, right? This is about the charging by earthing. And next, electroscope. Electroscope is the device to know the either a body is a charged body or not. అంటే చార్జ్డ్ బాడీనా కాదా అని తెలుసుకోవడానికి యూస్ చేయొచ్చు. అట్ ద సేమ్ టైం ఇఫ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ అంటే పాజిటివ్లీ చార్జ్డ్ బాడీయా లేదా నెగిటివ్లీ చార్జ్డ్ బాడీయా అనే విషయం తెలుసుకోవడానికి కూడా మనం ఈ ఎలక్ట్రోస్కోప్ని మనం యూస్ చేయొచ్చు. అయితే ఇక్కడ ఫస్ట్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ పాయింట్ ఏంటంటే, repulsion is the surest test to know the either body is charged or not. Clear, right? For example, I gave a charge to you, and just let us think that I gave a charge to you, and you don't know which charge it is. It may be positively charged or negatively charged. We don't know that. So I'll ask you, find out either it is a positively charged or negatively charged. Then what will you do? You'll bring a uncharged body. When you bring close to this charged body, then what happens? Both will be attracted, right? At the same time, let me think, this body is positively charged, right? This is positively charged. Let me think, this is the positively charged body. Then what happens if you bring negatively charged body? Then this is neutral body, right? A positively charged body can attract the neutral body, and also it can attract the negatively charged body. So by attraction you cannot tell either the another body is a charged body or not. Clear? So here, if you bring a positively charged body, then repulsion will be happens, right? From this we can conclude that this body also will have the similar charge, right? Because of attraction. For example, let me take this is the ball A and this is the ball B. When I bring ball A to the positively charged body, it will be attracted. When I bring ball B to the positively charged body, it also will be attracted. So by the attraction I cannot tell which is charged body, A or B, but by the repulsive force I can tell that, right? Then it is positive charge. Clear? This is the main important point that we have to remember. What is that? Repulsion is the surest test of electrification. I mean, testing the charge, right? So coming to the third one, coming to the electroscope. Electroscope, it is a device which is used to compare the charges of two objects, or else we can measure either it will be positively charged or negatively charged, right? So here, there are two types of electroscope. If you go deep into the topic, there will be two types of electroscopes. First one is uncharged electroscope, అండ్ చార్జ్డ్ ఎలక్ట్రోస్కోప్ రెండు ఉంటాయి. అన్చార్జ్ ఎలక్ట్రోస్కోప్ అండ్ చార్జ్ ఎలక్ట్రోస్కోప్. సో అన్చార్జ్ ఎలక్ట్రోస్కోప్ యూస్ చేసి జస్ట్ మనం చార్జ్డ్ బాడీయే కాదని మాత్రం చెప్పవచ్చు. కమింగ్ టు చార్జ్ ఎలక్ట్రోస్కోప్, చార్జ్డ్ ఎలక్ట్రోస్కోప్ యూస్ చేసి అది ఏ చార్జ్ బాడీ కూడా మనం చెప్పవచ్చు. క్లియర్. సో నౌ హియర్ గోల్డ్ లీఫ్ ఎలక్ట్రోస్కోప్. గోల్డ్ లీఫ్ ఎలక్ట్రోస్కోప్ ఎలా ఉంటుందంటే, దిస్ ఇస్ ద డయాగ్రామ్ ఆఫ్ గోల్డ్ లీఫ్ ఎలక్ట్రోస్కోప్. ఒక చిన్న పేపర్ పీస్ ని వి షేప్ లో ఫోల్డ్ చేసి అలా వస్తుందో సేమ్ ఆ గోల్డ్ లీఫ్ రెండు లీవ్స్ తీసుకుని వి షేప్ లో ఫోల్డ్ చేస్తాడు. వి షేప్ లో ఫోల్డ్ చేయడం వల్ల ఎప్పుడైతే ఒక చార్జ్డ్ బాడీని తీసుకొచ్చి ఈ మెటల్ రాడ్ కి టచ్ చేసావో then all the charges will enter into the electroscope and they travel to edges of the మెటల్ రాడ్. ఆ మెటల్ రాడ్ లాస్ట్ మనం ఏం అటాచ్ చేసాం, గోల్డ్ లీఫ్ అటాచ్ చేసాం. కాబట్టి చార్జెస్ అన్ని కూడా ఈ చార్జెస్ అన్ని ఏమవుతాయంటే ఈ మెటల్ రాడ్ ద్వారా ఈ గోల్డ్ లీఫ్ కి ఎంటర్ అవుతాయి. అటాచ్ అయిన తర్వాత so here similar charges are entering, right? So then what happens, there will be a repulsion force between the gold leaf. For example, this is the one of the gold leaf and this is the one of the gold leaf. So this is a metal rod. So when you give positive charge, this positive charge will enter into మెటల్ రాడ్ అండ్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్స్ టు ద గోల్డ్ లీఫ్. ఈ గోల్డ్ లీఫ్ చివరికి ఈ చార్జ్ అనేది ట్రావెల్ అయిపోయి ఈ ఎడ్జ్ దగ్గర అక్యుములేట్ అయిపోతుంది చార్జ్ అంతా. ఎప్పుడైతే ఇక్కడ కొంత పాజిటివ్ చార్జ్ అక్యుములేట్ అయిపోయిందో అప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది, ఈ రెండు గోల్డ్ లీవ్స్ మధ్యన డిస్టెన్స్ పెరుగుతుంది, రిపల్సివ్ ఫోర్స్ క్రియేట్ అవుతుంది. దానివల్ల ఈ రెండు గోల్డ్ లీవ్స్ ఏమవుతాయి, దే మూవ్ అవే, రైట్? ద యాంగిల్ డైవర్జెన్స్ యాంగిల్ విల్ బి క్రియేటెడ్ బిట్వీన్ దెమ్, right? So that angle tells that the object is charged. If there is no repulsive force between the gold leaves, then the object is neutral. Clear? This is about the electroscope, right? So similar ga manaki we have charged electroscope. By using the charged electroscope, we can decide either object is positively charged or negatively charged. Okay, so now let me draw this. Let me draw for example charged electric scope gurinchi. If you observe here, for example, this is the sorry, let me draw here, right? Yeah, so here let me draw here. I have a rod. This is the electroscope. Let me think this is the electroscope, and here this is one gold leaf, and here it is another gold leaf. Now if you bring a positively charged body, this is the positively charged body, and this electroscope is already positively charged, do remember, right? Then these leaves also have positive charge on them, so because of that positive charge it will repel like this. Clear? Repel అయి ఉంటుంది already. So when you bring a positively charged body, then what happens, this charge will enter into the metal rod. It travels through metal rod and reaches to the edges. Then the amount of positive charge will increase on the gold leaves. Because of this, the gold leaves still show the more divergence. The angle of divergence between the gold leaves gets increased because of this extra repulsive force. Then we can conclude that this body also is positively charged body when the repulsion is there. And the microscope, the electroscope is positively charged electroscope. For example, if you get a negative charge, to the positively charged body. Now for example, let me think, it is a negative charge, not positive charge. This is the negative charge, negatively charged body. If you bring this, if you touch it, then what happens, electrons will enter into the electroscope, right? So then the amount of positive charge gets decreased because of entering these electrons to the electroscope. What happens, the amount of charge gets decreased. When the amount of charge gets decreased, then the angle between the gold leaves gets decreased. Then it is a sign of the object is negatively charged. Clear? It is very clear, I think so, right? So thank you. Let's continue the remaining in the next part.